What's up, YouTube? I'm back with an Infernus build this time. I've been picking up Infernus recently, especially because I like the way they changed his gun sound to sound. I feel like it sounds so nice and crisp now. So I actually have this build here I just made this recently. I'm still testing it out a little bit, but it's mostly done. And it's pretty simple, you know. Only go ammo scavenger if you are in solo lane. I don't think ammo scavenger is very good in duo lane, and they actually nerfed it with the soul power. And like these two help fix Infernus's early game poke. Obviously, use their afterburn. It'll help you stay alive. Extra spear, I feel like, is super underrated. Gives you a big burst of damage and helps you survive in lane. They just buffed extra regen, so if you're ever having trouble in lane, buy that instantly. It's so good now. Same thing, like spirit improvements to the extra health regen. There's a lot of stuff that gets health regen early, like these three specifically, that are like really nice. But other than that, you know, you're typically like just afterburn Andy in the early mid game, right, with Soul Shredder. You'll be like this, right? If you're in lane with someone. And most of your damage is actually from gun early game and mid game. Because like, I mean, you could get this proc off and it does a lot more damage for that, but it's mostly bullet damage, especially when you get toxic bullets. It helps a lot more. The toxic bullets is mainly for the burn and the anti-heal, right? He's like, Infernus is so good at spreading toxic bullets, you basically need it. It's like a must-have on Infernus. And you build without it, if you build, you know what I mean? And then it's just like these help you live and run away, right? If you want to side lane, these two are so strong for side laning because this one keeps you full HP. This one helps you run away faster with your two. And now I feel like Infernus is a really good character, specifically because he has so many good tier 4s you can pick up. You can pick up basically any tier 4 in the game, and there's not a real issue with that. The reason why I have it set up like this for good and later ones are these early ones. I feel like there's different spots for each one, right? They just changed escalating exposure now to where it doesn't get rid of spirit, it gives you more amp. So crippling headshot is even more important now if you want late game. But personally, I'm a big fan of ricochet targeting right away because you just spread toxic bullets so well, and your afterburn, which also spreads spirit damage minus. So it's just so good at being like, even while you're strong, it's good at supporting. But if you go ricochet and you're trying for support more, you might want to come down here and pick up Mystic Slow or Suppressor. Especially if the enemy team has a lot of bullet damage characters, you want to pick up Suppressor or Mystic Slow. And other than that, if you're going for more of like a single target build, escalating exposure is actually really strong right now, especially for the spirit amp. If you just keep on shooting at someone, it'll ramp up really fast, especially with afterburn. Like this is only one afterburn proc, it can do 4 escalating exposure stacks, right? That's 20% more damage for spirit instantly. This is 40 right here already. So if you're just one-v-1ing someone and they let you constantly proc afterburn on them, they'll be ticking so much at the end. Look, this is gonna be up to 16, right? Look how much damage that does, right? 1,303 with only these items. So Infernus really does put the damage in with his exposure if you want to go that early and like 1v1 people. Another one I think is really good is Spiritual Overflow. It gives you really nice spiritual lifesteal, which you want anyway, and cooldown reduction. But also the fire rate and the spirit power feels so nice, and it also procs around the same exact time as your afterburn procs, right? It's like the same build-up, bullet build-up. It procs like slightly earlier in their body, obviously. But it's so nice, especially for Infernus, who like most of his spirit damage is locked behind this anyway, so you're gonna have a build-up for it. You're gonna have to build up anyway for it, so it perfectly combined almost. And leech is also really good if you're taking a lot of damage and you need to survive a lot. I don't really like leech that much first item though, because I feel like you don't really have many damage sources other than leech, or to heal you for leech. You almost want to skip it early. That's why I typically don't go. I'll go something like this maybe, like in my normal build. Typically I'm not like sidling out that much on Infernus. I just get ricochet early because I think it's broken in team fights. It also helps one of Infernus' big problem, which is his ammo count. Because typically on a team fight in Infernus, I'll just be in the back more shooting people, and then I'll be trying to proc my stuff on them on every single character, so that way they're all anti-healed. Curse is really good if you're a little bit behind and any team has someone really strong. Curse just shuts them down completely. It's so it feels so bad when you get cursed. I'm sure people know about that, especially with your duration extender. Other than that, Boundless Spirit is really nice later. It just gives you such a big increase of all stats. I mean, that's all it does, right? It just gives you a bunch of stats. Diviner Kevlar is really good if you're going in with all in the middle of team fights and you keep on dying or getting bursted. You need that little bit of push to like live. Full Rebirth, obviously, if you're end game, you need to buy it. It's a must-have. Inhibitor is really good at supporting too. If you're in a support build, or like a more supportive build, you can go like these 4. And even crippling headshot is really good for supporting also. It just reduces bullet and target. And that helps your entire team, not just towards you. It helps, it just reduces it flat for everyone. So if you're hitting it, that person will take way more damage. Now further down the list here, I have the defenses and the counters. Return fire is just the best defensive item early game for like active slots. It's so cheap, it's so good. If you're versing a bunch of bullet early, you want to go this for sure. Now obviously if you're at super end game, you don't want to keep return fire, you want to replace it for metal skin. Metal skin just like return fire but better, because instead of taking damage still, you just return it, or you just immune to it. Especially if they have a haze who's trying to silence you. If you can proc metal skin before and just run out, really nice. Knockdown is there for like the IV players who still like to play in the air the whole time, or like if you're having a Vindicta or a Grey Talon who's just staying in the air bunch, or even Bebop with just leap or lash. Warp Stone just in case you need to. I don't know. I don't ever buy Warp Stone. I just put it in here just in case people want to buy it. Unstoppable is really good if you're ahead and you're the one getting targeted by Unstoppable. I put both the armors here, but I most of the time I only pick up bullet armor, or not bullet armor. Most of the time I only pick up spirit armor, because I think most people still go spirit in this meta. It's like, it's a more spirit based meta because return fire exists, and like you don't really need bullet resist with return fire, especially if you want to get a Titanic magazine later. It helps Infernus a lot with his ammo count, and also you get bullet resist with it, so it's not bad at all. What else do I have down here? I have Ethereal Shift. It's really good if you have like Bebop Bebop bombs on you, or you get like Vindicta tethered and your team's coming around. You want to dodge an ult real quick. There's a Viscus running at you or something. Like Ethereal Shift is just really good in general. Wraith ult, you can just immune that. And that's pretty much it for like the core build. I feel like most people, if you're just building like these or like this stuff up here, you won't ever get to them in an average game. But I actually recently had a game that took an hour, and yeah, it was really bad. But that's where this stuff kind of comes in, or like other stuff, right? I think Fleetfoot is still good on Infernus. It's not bad at all. I just don't think it really has a place in here. Blowing bullets is for more supportive. You also get a little bit of spirit power, so I think it's really nice. Burst fire, same thing. It's just like not the best, not the worst. It's just okay. The only one I have down here that's like really like not bad at all. Debuff reducer is never bad. I have debuff remover up here, so I have debuff down here. Fury duration, it's a super end game thing. You almost never get to it. Silence glyph is almost not necessary. Suppressor and Mystic Slow are really good. It's just, it's more of a different type of build. Like I like playing Gun Wraith or Gun Infernus the most, where you're not per se in the back of the fight, but you aren't full sending it, and your job is mainly to do damage, not to help everyone else out. So that's why I don't have Mystic Slow or Suppressor up here. The K is really good if they have a lot of healing. You can double stack both healing, and they can just burn down. Like if you decay toxic bullets and you get afterburn someone, decay does, with duration increaser, it does 31% of their damage of their health, and then toxic bullets is 15%. So that's already almost 45, and then afterburn's like another 5, right? So it's basically 50% of their damage burnt just rounding those through on someone. Super dumb. I don't know how that's allowed, but it is. Alchemical fire is good too. They just buffed it, made it better. Never bad to pick up, especially if you have stun. If someone's stunned, you pop down, and it actually increases in DPS over time. Not bad at all. But yeah, that's pretty much the basic of Infernus. Like, you just really want to get your afterburn proc on someone, and then proc your 1 on them if you can. And one thing I didn't know about Infernus that I recently learned is afterburn actually refreshes if it got hit by abilities also, and also with bullets. I didn't know that before. I thought it was just other bullets. And I feel like a lot of people just don't read, so they don't know that either. So one of the like key Infernus combos almost is to afterburn someone and then 1 on them. I don't have much. Hold on. Afterburn someone, and then you press your catalyst, which is also your damage amp. Damage amp is really nice. And then you just run through them and keep your afterburn proc on them. Especially if you're reloading. Like, this is for a more earlier game where you need all your abilities to kill someone. I need to get rid of all of these real quick. But yeah, if you have like no items, right? You just have like no tier 4s. You're just like on the basic part where you can still do damage. Okay. You still do damage, but you don't really have that many bullets in your mag, and you need to kill someone. So like your basic just all your bullets in your mag do, you got 1,400, and if you look at my health alone, I'm already over that. So typically you don't kill someone with this, and this is with why is escalating exposure still here? No. Yeah, you won't do that much. You'll do it like way less, right? So typically what you have to do, you have to get your afterburn on them, you have to proc catalyst, and you have to run through them while you're reloading. Make sure you always press the reload when you're in this, and you come out with another full mag, and you can basically get them for free. That's, I feel like, one of the Infernus' key combos you need to learn if you want to play Infernus a bunch early game. Other than that, Infernus is like a really great hard carry character. He has a bit of trouble sometimes if you're behind. He just feels like he's doing nothing. Because like Infernus is not a character that's going to 100 receivers. He's meant to do damage across a board of people. He's not going to be like a 1v1 character unless you specifically build for 1v1s, right? So as long as you want to play around the other way, then that's how you play Infernus. And I'm out of here with the build guide. I'll see you guys next time.